In today's video, we've got news on the latest Metal Gear game, Metal Gear Survive. Not a game with a ton of hype surrounding it, but we've got some unfortunate news on it. It looks like there is an awesome remaster of a very underrated game from last generation coming to current generation platforms, and an insane deal on The Evil Within 2, one of the best games of last year. Let's get right into this and start off by talking about Metal Gear Survive, the latest game in the Metal Gear franchise, although it's very different than the past Metal Gear titles. It's the first new entry since Hideo Kojima left the company, and it's a far cry from your typical Metal Gear game. And the latest news we have on the game is rather unfortunate. Konami has said that Metal Gear Survive requires a constant internet connection so the game can offer a, quote, seamless experience as players move between the single player and multiplayer component of the title. They said this: Metal Gear Survive's online connectivity requirements were built to support a seamless integration between single player and co-op. This will also enable us to provide ongoing content post-launch. I'm not a big fan of games requiring online connectivity, especially if they feature a single player component. That is something I cannot get behind. But it doesn't stop there. Metal Gear Survive will also have a microtransaction store where you can purchase virtual currency, and this will allow you to buy various things in Metal Gear Survive's store. Now, this isn't a big deal. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain also featured microtransactions, but we'll see how far Metal Gear Survive takes these microtransactions, as we've seen in games recently with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Of course, they changed that, and Middle-earth Shadow of War microtransactions have been getting worse and worse. Even in Shadow of War's case, that game's pretty good, but the microtransactions are just unexcusable. Metal Gear Survive will feature them too, and it does sting a little bit more because this game does have to be online only, which is unfortunate because you can play through the game single player. And as far as the game itself, Konami brand manager Jennifer Sang told GameSpot that you can expect the game to take you around 15 to 20 hours to play through the main campaign. Of course, as I mentioned, the game does have a cooperative mode and multiplayer, so there is replay value beyond the campaign, but this is a game that hardly anyone is talking about. Metal Gear has definitely taken a nosedive ever since Hideo Kojima left Konami. Who knows if the franchise can get back on track? As I mentioned, this is a far cry from your typical Metal Gear game. I don't know if a Metal Gear Solid 6 is something you could even do without the support of Hideo Kojima. Maybe at some point in the future, Hideo Kojima and Konami can reconcile, but at this point, after everything we've witnessed, that seems kind of unlikely. However, as they've always said, time does heal all wounds, so who knows what happens in the future. For now, we do have Metal Gear Survive. There is a beta that is beginning today, and it'll be ending on January 22nd. And as far as the official release, it'll be coming to PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on February 20th. And if you don't know what the game is, it's kind of like a survival action-adventure game set in an open-world environment. Very much as the title would suggest, adds an emphasis to that survival element. We'll see how the game turns out, but there is not a lot of hype surrounding it at all. Maybe it'll surprise us. Who knows? Moving on from that, one of the most underrated games of last generation, one of the more forgotten about games of last generation, looks to be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and that game is Red Faction Guerrilla. Red Faction Guerrilla originally launched back on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in 2009, and it was a great game. It was this open-world action-adventure game that really had an emphasis on destructibility. You could destroy anything. Your main character had a sledgehammer, and you could go around bashing walls. It was just a ton of fun. The story wasn't really anything to write home about, but the game embodied the word fun. It had a great sci-fi setting, and it did have a multiplayer component as well, but most gamers seem to enjoy the single player the most. But it was a great game. If you've never played it and it is priced accordingly, I would highly recommend you to check it out. If it's anything over $30, I would say that's way too much. Honestly speaking, this game should probably be $20. That would be the ideal price point, because it is a single player focused game that released all the way back in 2009. Really, $20 is that sweet spot. I could see them getting away with $30, but considering you have titles like Bulletstorm releasing at $50, who knows how they're gonna price remasters, but I would not pay $50 for Red Faction Guerrilla. Great game, but not worth that much. And finally, if you've yet to play The Evil Within 2, there is an insane deal available on Amazon right now. The game is discounted to just $20 for Amazon's Gold Box deals for today only. $20 for a game that released just 3 months ago is absolutely ridiculous. This goes back and makes you question, is it really worth paying $60 for a game anymore? If you paid $60 for The Evil Within 2, while it was a great game, you must be feeling a little burned right now that it's already down to $20. Around a month and a half after its release, it was already down to $30 for Black Friday, and now it's down to a third of its original MSRP. It's a fantastic game and absolutely worth the money, especially now that you can get it for this cheap. Shinji Mikami and Tango Gameworks did a great job with the title, and with The Evil Within 2, you don't really have to play the first title to enjoy the sequel, so now that it's down to $20, if you're a fan of survival horror games, if you're a fan of games with a great atmosphere, The Evil Within 2 is going to be right up your alley, and for this price, it is is an absolute bargain. So that's gonna wrap up this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about Metal Gear Survive? Is this a game you're looking forward to at all? Would you be interested in a Red Faction Guerrilla remaster? And if you have not yet checked out The Evil Within 2, that price on Amazon is absolutely ridiculous. I would highly recommend you to check it out. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.